Hey, what's up YouTube? I'm Zeke and welcome to the Dream Green Show. In this episode, I'm gonna tell you everything you need to know about dividends and dividend investing and how you can make $1,000 in dividends with completely passive income. That is one of the main reasons I started this channel, because I wanted to find the most passive income type of way to make money. And I've been getting paid out dividends every single month while I'm sleeping. Now, there are other ways of passive income. Yes, you could go buy a vending machine, a snack machine, and then collect passive income that way. But you gotta refill the machine, find out which candy is selling the best, or pay somebody to refill it for you. But no, I've been getting paid out every single month by doing absolutely nothing. And that is why I love dividend investing. And in this video, I'm gonna show you guys how you can make $1,000 from dividends, passive income, by doing nothing, from 8 different companies. I'm going to show you that in this video and everything else that you need to know about dividends. But before we get started, this video is brought to you by Webull. Sign up now by clicking the link down in the description, deposit $100, and now you can receive 2 free stocks valued up to $1,600 each. It used to be 4 free stocks, but now it's 2 free stocks. So you might want to grab these 2 free stocks before it's just 1. So make sure you deposit $100 and get your 2 free stocks. Also, if you guys want to pick up some Bitcoin, I left a link to Coinbase down in the description. That is by far the easiest way to buy and sell cryptocurrency. But enough talking, let's go ahead and dive straight into this video. Welcome back, dreamers. Before we get started, I'm gonna let you know that I'm gonna drop a lot of knowledge in this video. So go grab your pen, your notebook, some paper, and a pencil, maybe a drink, because you wanna jot down and note everything that I'm saying, because I'm gonna give you guys all the dividend information. This is the go-to video. And I'm also gonna show you guys how to make $1,000 in dividends from 8 different companies. Now it's gonna be some good information in this video. So just remember to hit that thumbs up button if you like the information that I'm gonna provide in this video. You ain't gotta hit it now. I love you if you hit it now, but if you continue to watch and like what I'm saying in this video, make sure that you hit the thumbs up at the end of this video. Okay, so to get started, what are dividends? Dividends are payments that companies pay out to their shareholders to share profit. Now, dividends is what attract different investors to their companies. They say, hey, invest inside this company. If this company does well this year, we're gonna pay you back just from investing into our company. We're gonna mail you out a check in dividends. Well, they don't mail you out a check. It's a direct deposit now. So they direct deposit that money straight into your account in dividends just from investing into these different companies. Now, you have to be careful, because if a company is saying, I'm gonna pay you a very large amount of money to invest into our company, we're gonna pay you a very large amount of dividends. Now that scares us, because that company is not gonna have enough money to reinvest back into the company in order to maintain its growth over the long term. So we wanna stay away from companies that say, hey, buy us, we're gonna pay you this amount of dividends, this large sum. Those companies seem not to last a very long time. So the first thing we must pay attention to is the dividend yield. Every company has a different dividend yield. They can have a 0.5% of a dividend yield all the way up to 10, 15, 20% dividend yield. For me to be a dividend investor, any company above 1.5 to around 3 is a pretty safe dividend yield. And then your more risky ones goes from 5 to 8% dividend yields. And then usually around the 10 to 12% dividend yield is on the super risky side. But they do pay out dividends, and I collect those checks every single month. And I know what you're asking right now. You're asking, how do I find out the dividend yields of these different companies? Well, let me show you 3 different ways. So here we are, we're on Robinhood. A lot of you guys probably use this platform or Webull, and I'm going to show you a 3rd way. But right here on Robinhood, we're on ticker symbol CLX, which is Clorox. To check the dividend yield, you want to scroll down and look at the dividend yield right there where it says dividend/yield. So Clorox have a dividend yield of 2.35%, and that's something I'm very comfortable with investing in. They have a pretty sweet dividend yield. So I would not mind picking up shares of Clorox in order for them to pay me out dividends every year. So the higher the dividend yield, the more they pay me back. The lower the dividend yield, the less I get paid from each company, depending on the price. The dividend yield is compared to the price of that company. All right, here we are on Webull. This is the second way to find the dividend yield. Ticker symbol INTC. This is Intel. Right now, that's $61.81. Now, to find the dividend yield on Webull, we want to scroll down and go over to where it says news, comments, analysis. Now, Webull is pretty cool. They shows you everything on here, guys. I'm gonna do another video explaining exactly what all the stuff that you're missing on Webull. But click right here where it says press release, and then we're gonna scroll down. So this Webull is gonna show you exactly how much you're gonna get paid per share. For Intel, we're gonna get paid out 34 cents per share. It shows the ex-dividend date, the pay date, and the dividend yield is right there, 2.25%. So Intel is another company that I will feel comfortable investing into. And also down below, it shows you your annual dividends. That's how much you're gonna get paid out through the entire year, $1.39. So that's how you find the dividend yield. It gives you a lot more information on Webull. So if you don't have a Webull account, make sure you click that link in the description and get one. This is by far better than Robinhood. But that's the second way how I find dividend yields on these two apps. And the third way that I find dividend yields is by using Seeking Alpha. Okay, here's a Seeking Alpha screen. All you gotta do is go to seekingalpha.com, type in the ticker symbol, click on the dividend summary, and then it shows you all the dividend dates, how much you're gonna get paid, the dividend yield, and how long they've been increasing their dividends. Okay guys, so before I show you the 8 companies on where you can make $1,000 in dividends and how much you need to invest into each company in order to make $1,000, I got a lot more explaining to do. So after looking at the dividend yield, you want to look at how long these companies have been increasing their dividend yield every single year. So a company that's inside the S&P 500 that has increased their dividend yield over the last 25 years, they are called Dividend Aristocrats. And these are very safe companies to invest into. First of all, they're inside the S&P 500. That means there's a blue chip company. There are no small cap company. These are companies that has been around for a very long time, and they have increased their dividend yield over the last 25 years. That means every single year you're going to make more money in dividends from this company because they're increasing their dividends every single year for the last 25 years. So if you're getting started on dividend investing into Dividend Aristocrats is a very safe bet. But an even safer bet is investing into Dividend Kings. What are Dividend Kings? Dividend Kings are companies that have been inside the S&P 500 for the last 50 years and increased their dividends for the last 50 years every single year. And some of the companies that I'm going to give you in this video to where you can make $1,000 are Dividend Aristocrats and also Dividend Kings. Now the third way is investing into real estate REITs, REITs. These are real estate investment trusts. Now these are companies that invest into real estate, and by law they're required to pay 90% of their taxable income back to their investors through the form of dividends. So usually REITs have a higher dividend than other stock companies like Apple or Intel or Clorox. So dividend REITs usually have a higher dividend yield than other type of companies. So we also want to add at least one dividend REIT into our portfolio. Now the last thing I want you guys to jot down in your notes is that companies pay their dividends on a different time frame. Some companies are monthly paying dividend stocks. That means they pay out their dividends every single month. Every single month you're going to receive a check from these companies, and these are usually real estate REITs or different types of ETFs. And then after monthly, there are companies that pays out quarterly. That means they pay out 4 times a year, every 3 months. There are companies that pay out semi-annually. That means they pay out twice a year. And then there are other companies that pays out their dividends annually. That means 1 time a year, you're gonna receive a big old fat check of their dividend yield back into your account. So companies that I've been investing into heavily is monthly paying dividend stocks and quarterly paying dividend stocks. But every now and then I'll pick up a semi-annually and an annually dividend stocks just because it really doesn't matter. But I like those monthly dividend stocks because I'm able to take that and pay bills with it, or I'm able to reinvest it back into that company to where I can make even more money in the future. So what all you guys been waiting on, I'm about to give you the 8 stocks to where you need to invest into to where you can make $1,000 in dividends this year. Okay, so here we are on a quick screenshot. If we're taking a look, we have Apple, Starbucks, 3M, Coca-Cola, O, Realty Income, IBM, AT&T, and MO. Now, O is a real estate REIT. We'll get to it in a second, because I'm gonna tell you guys which ones are Dividend Aristocrats. You guys remember what a Dividend Aristocrat is and Dividend Kings? I'm gonna explain to you guys that in a second. So Apple has a 0.6 dividend yield. They do not have a big dividend yield at all, but this is a very dependable company. So you'll need around 1,219 shares in order invested into Apple, which is worth around $165,000 to make just $1,000 in dividends from Apple. But if we go all the way down to the bottom, MO, they have a much higher dividend yield of 8.1%. You'll only need 291 shares, which is around $12,673 to make that same $1,000 in dividend. Now, Apple is a much larger company. It's probably going to grow a lot faster than MO. But if you're looking strictly for dividends, it is much cheaper to invest into MO or AT&T than it is to invest into Apple, just purely for dividends. Now, Apple is a great company. If you bought Apple at any time, that stock has gone up tremendously. So you'll make a lot more money in shares than you would in dividends investing into Apple. So you'll need $165 investing into Apple, $58,000 investing into Starbucks. 3M is a dividend king. Now, Dividend Kings have increased their dividends for the last 50 years and been inside the S&P 500, so that is 3M. You need $30,000 invested into 3M. Coca-Cola is a Dividend Aristocrat. No, Coca-Cola is a Dividend King. You need $30,000 to invest into them. Ticker symbol O, Realty Income, that is a real estate REIT, which is why they have a dividend yield of 4.6%. You need $22,000 invested into them. IBM has, you need $18,000 invested into them. AT&T has a very large dividend yield, 7.19. You'll need $13,000 invested into them. And then MO, you'll need $12,000 invested into them in order to receive $1,000 a year in dividends from these companies. Now, I know it doesn't seem like a lot investing into these a dividend yield with 2%, but like Albert Einstein said, one of the smartest men that ever lived, he said that the eighth wonder of the world is compound interest, the compounding effect, or the snowball effect. That is where pretty much if you have a checkerboard and you put a penny on the first square and then you double it and put 2 pennies on the second square and you double that and put 4 pennies on the third square, by the time you reach the last square, you'll be a trillionaire by the time you reach the last square. So that is the compounding effect. That is the same thing with dividends. Yes, we might have only made $1,000 this year in dividends, but if we reinvest that back into the same company, next year we'll make $2,000 and then $4,000 and then $8,000 and then $16,000 until eventually we could retire and live off our dividend income alone, guys. So if you guys are interested in learning more about investing into dividend companies, make sure that you click the link down in the comment section. That is a link to my Patreon. Over there, you'll get alerts on when I buy these different dividend companies, and you'll also get access to the Discord and when I do market analysis. So if you guys have already been dividend investing, make sure you go down to the comment section and let me know what companies have you been investing into. Let me know if this video has helped you out at all, or if you're even going to get started in dividend investing alone, or are you more on the risky side to where you're investing to penny companies and hoping that they blow up in the future. Let me know all of that down in the comment section, guys. I read them all. But other than that, I'm Zeke, bringing you the Dream Green Show, and I'm out. Peace.